say all the time, a phrase that lies like the heartbeat beneath Jewish life, Vador, Vador, from generation to generation. It's our spiritual DNA, the promise that links ancestors to descendants, teachers to students, grandparents to grandchildren, people to its purpose. This is the Torah portion for this week. It could not be more fitting. I told you, it's Toledot. Toledot means, quite literally, generations. In it, we meet a family facing one of the most intimate and unsettling moments in all of Torah. Rebecca, our matriarch, conceives twins who struggle within her. In her pain, she cries out, V'tomer im kain lama ze anochi. If this is so, why am I? It's a question whispered by parents and grandparents, caregivers and leaders across generations. Im kain lama ze anochi. If this is so, why am I? Or what's happening inside me? What's happening inside our family? What happens next, in a rare moment, God answers her directly. Don't let anyone tell you God only talks to the men. God talks to our matriarch, Rebecca, more than God talks to Isaac. And God answers, Shnei goyim bevitnech, v'rav ya'avod sa'ir. 2 nations are in your womb, and the elder shall serve the younger. Rebecca becomes the first to know that the future of the Brit, of the covenant, will run through Jacob, not Esau, through the secondborn, not the firstborn. She sees a future that her husband Isaac cannot or will not see. And so Rebecca steps forward. She becomes the carrier of generational responsibility. She acts uncomfortably, courageously, because she believes in the covenantal future, and that it depends on her clarity. Rebecca teaches us that every generation must become a bridge. Every generation must decide what to pass on. We too stand in our own Toledot moment. Each of us, parents, grandparents, partners, beloved friends, mentors, Jews by birth, Jews by choice, we all must ask, what will I pass on? What will we pass on? Now, we can pass down recipes and heirlooms and photos with softened edges, assuming the next generation will keep those if we give them to them. But the treasures that really sustain a people, that sustain our people, don't sit in drawers. They live in the rituals we repeat, in the values we model, in the stories we tell, in the melodies humming in our souls, in the communities we build and we nurture. Yes, they live in the courage of those who became Jewish without parents or grandparents to light candles first. Those who learned from partners and friends, rabbis, or for the quiet determination in their hearts. They too stand in the generations, the chain of generations. Their flame is real and bright and deeply inherited. 2 weeks ago, Rabbi Alana and Andrew Fromer and Brooke Botwinick led our 7th and 8th grade retreat in the mountains of Wrightwood, made possible by the generous support of the Harry and Judy Friedman Youth Enrichment Fund. Judy and Harry's legacy, their deep belief in nurturing Jewish identity, helped create a sacred space where community could grow. I wasn't there. I was off officiating at a wedding. But as I listened to our team reflect later, I was reminded that real community never simply appears. It is built through shared meals, shared work, shared songs, and the gentle responsibilities that bring people closer to one another. Up in those mountains, I learned our rabbi and educators modeled Jewish living with care and intention, and our teens stepped into it with their own honest and beautiful way. You could feel something taking shape there, a sense of belonging, a weaving of hearts that don't always connect easily during the week. That was Vador Vador in real time. Trusted adults guiding the next generation into a Jewish world that they themselves will someday inherit and need to shape themselves. Now we're moving very closely to a very important moment in the Jewish year. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is most rabbis' favorite holiday. Why? because we don't have to do anything. We get to be a congregant sitting around the table. As we move towards Thanksgiving, that holy day of giving thanks, remember that gratitude is not innate. Like the values we pass down from generation to generation that were passed down at that retreat, gratitude has to be taught. We all learn to say thank you because someone taught us how to see blessing. Someone who paused to show us the sunlight on our face, the warmth of a shared meal, the miracle of being alive. Gratitude becomes something we inherit and something we choose to pass on. In blessings, in stories, in the way we gather the people we love and say, Shehechianu, this moment here, it matters. So this Thanksgiving, I want to invite you to try one simple sacred practice around your table. Before you begin eating, many of us ask people to go around and say what they're thankful for. Add one more thing. Invite everyone to share one value they learned from someone who came before them. Perhaps it's a Jewish value, or just a value that shapes the way they try to live. Most of the time, those are Jewish values, they just don't know it. Maybe it's kindness, or generosity, or courage, or fairness, or showing up, or being forgiving, or creativity, or gratitude. Name the value, and name the person who taught it to you, and maybe how. In that moment, your table will become a place where generations touch, where gratitude rises, where blessing is passed forward. And by naming those values, what are we doing? We're narrating it, we're teaching it through those stories to everyone sitting around the table, including the next generation. Let's pass that blessing forward so that we're prepared for the next holiday, my second favorite Jewish holiday, Chanukah. Why? Because you get presents. No, because light. Soon after Thanksgiving comes Chanukah, a holiday about courage and continuity and the stubborn belief that even the smallest light can push back the darkest night. When we kindle the menorah, we perform one of Judaism's purest acts of Vador. Those flames do not burn for us alone. They burn because someone, a parent, a grandparent, a partner, a friend, a rabbi, a teacher, once guided our hand or welcomed us into the ritual so that we could light together. For our beloved Jews of choice, that light began through love, through learning, or through the whisper of the soul that said, this is where you belong. We light because someone told us we should light, because someone showed us how to light, because how many of you remember either holding the hand of a loved one, an older one, holding the candle, and lighting one to the other to the other. And the next generation will light because we light. That's the promise of Chanukah. That's the promise of continuity. That's the covenant the Brit made visible. Everything we hope to pass on, gratitude, courage, light, community needs a bridge. We are that bridge. And we, a community, are the bridge. And we, a synagogue, are a bridge. And the future needs us. Judaism is not inherited by accident. It is inherited through participation, through presence, through the willingness to weave community again and again. That's why these retreats matter. That's why Shabbat matters. That's why singing and storytelling and gathering matter. Because we are keepers of Shalshelet Kabbalah, this unbroken chain of transmission of Torah. So in this week of Toledot, let us take our places in the chain of the generations. The past hands us blessing. The future beckons with hope. We candlelight, we lift up the next generation, and we give thanks for the sacred task of passing it forward, of being able to pass it forward. And we say, repeat after me, Hodaya. Thank you. Maybe thank you, God. It's a song, too. We'll hear in a minute. We say, thank you, God, as we let our voices rise with thanks for the flow of kindness and compassion, of chesed and rachamim, of tzedek, justice, of ahava, love, of ahavat Yisrael, love of Israel.